What if we told you the 2026 Hyundai Tucson might just be the best-looking SUV in its class, without the luxury price tag? Stay with us till the end of this video, and you'll understand why Hyundai's new design language isn't just about looks. It's about making you feel something every time you see it. And as a bonus for staying till the end, we'll reveal one small detail most people miss, but car lovers will truly appreciate. Let's begin by unpacking what the new Tucson does differently, starting with its bold, attention-grabbing design. Humans are visual by nature. Our brains are wired to notice symmetry, contrast, and movement, especially when these elements appear in the things we desire, like cars. The 2026 Hyundai Tucson taps directly into this psychology with a sculpted body that feels alive, even when it's standing still. Its proportions are muscular but balanced, creating a stance that mimics the confidence of much pricier European SUVs. The front fascia immediately grabs your attention. The wide parametric grille now flows seamlessly into the LED daytime running lights, which remain hidden when off, creating an illusion of depth and unity. This integration of form and function isn't just aesthetic, it speaks to the human preference for harmony in design. Studies in consumer psychology show that we associate connected shapes and flowing patterns with quality and trust. Tucson uses this exact principle to create a front end that feels strong, intelligent, and modern. Step back a little, and the profile reveals sharp character lines and a chiseled beltline that runs the length of the body. These details may seem subtle, but they play a big role. According to design psychology, diagonal lines create a sense of motion and energy. They pull the eye forward and create visual momentum. On a subconscious level, this gives the car a fast while parked presence, something car enthusiasts naturally crave. The roofline is sleek yet practical. Slightly tapered toward the rear, it adds sportiness without sacrificing headroom. Meanwhile, the blacked-out pillars create a floating roof effect, a design strategy borrowed from luxury brands to convey elegance and visual lightness. Our brains respond positively to contrast. The interplay between the dark pillars and body color enhances the perception of refinement. One of the most impressive visual upgrades comes in the form of redesigned LED headlights and taillights. They're sharper, slimmer, and more aggressive. Light design plays a critical role in how we perceive vehicles. Bright, crisp LED lighting gives the impression of advanced technology and safety. It's not just about seeing better, it's about being seen. Hyundai understands that lighting isn't just functional anymore, it's emotional. It's one of the first things you notice when a car approaches you at night. And the 2026 Tucson's lighting signature doesn't just illuminate the road, it makes a statement. The lower body also gets more sculpted with subtle cladding that adds a rugged edge, hinting at capability without going overboard. This balance between city sophistication and subtle off-road readiness is what appeals to the modern SUV buyer. According to automotive consumer behavior research, the ideal SUV today must look ready for adventure but remain polished enough for daily commutes. Tucson nails that balance. Chrome accents on the door handles, window frames, and grille tips provide just enough shine to signal premium without becoming flashy. This is a deliberate design tactic. Studies show that when chrome is used sparingly, it enhances perceived quality and craftsmanship. Overuse, however, can make a vehicle feel outdated or overly decorative. Tucson strikes this fine line with confidence. Now let's talk color choices, something often overlooked but deeply tied to emotional response. Hyundai introduces a refined color palette for 2026, including deep graphite grays, sophisticated navy blues, and warm earth tones. These shades evoke a sense of stability, maturity, and calmness. Research in color psychology confirms that these tones trigger emotional trust and long-term satisfaction. Bright colors may grab attention in a showroom, but it's the understated, elegant shades that buyers live with for years and love even more over time. The wheels have also been reimagined. Larger, bolder designs with geometric patterns not only improve stance, but subtly communicate engineering precision. Wheels are like a vehicle's handshake. They're the first part of the lower body most people notice up close. When designed right, they make the entire car feel grounded, capable, and dynamic. But here's something deeper going on that many don't realize. Hyundai's entire approach to the 2026 Tucson's design is rooted in what's called emotional design language. This principle aims to create not just a physical reaction, but an emotional one. When someone sees this SUV, it's meant to feel aspirational. It's meant to feel personal. And when you drive it, it should feel like a reflection of your taste and lifestyle. This isn't accidental. According to Don Norman, a pioneer in design psychology, products that combine visceral appeal, behavioral performance, and reflective meaning create deeper satisfaction. Hyundai seems to have taken a page straight out of this playbook. The bottom line? The new Tucson looks premium because it was designed to feel premium. The lines, the lighting, the proportions, all speak to a kind of thoughtful design that goes beyond surface-level changes. And while it might not wear a luxury badge, it carries a visual presence that will turn heads and maybe even raise a few eyebrows. So, before anyone tells you that true automotive luxury starts at $50,000 or more, take a closer look at the 2026 Tucson. It delivers emotional and visual richness that speaks directly to the heart of any car enthusiast. And if you stick around for the next section, we're diving into something even more impressive: the interior. Because this SUV doesn't just look good from the outside, it gets even better when you're sitting inside. But as promised, here's that bonus. Look closely at the grille when it lights up. The DRLs form a subtle T for Tucson, integrated with the parametric pattern. It's a quiet branding touch most people miss, but true car lovers? They always notice the details. Step inside the 2026 Hyundai Tucson, and the first thing you'll notice isn't just what's there, it's what isn't. No clutter, no mess, no unnecessary shapes. Just clean lines, calm colors, and a layout that instantly feels more upscale than the price suggests. This is where Hyundai has made one of its smartest moves, by designing an interior that appeals directly to human emotion. Psychologically, we associate minimalism with control, peace, and modernity, and the Tucson uses that to its full advantage. The dashboard flows in a horizontal plane, giving the cabin a wide, spacious feeling. The vents are cleverly hidden within the trim line, eliminating visual distractions. This design trick isn't just about aesthetics, it supports a cleaner mental state. A clutter-free dash makes the environment feel more premium because it aligns with the brain's desire for order and simplicity. Front and center are the 212, 3-inch panoramic screens. These aren't just screens, they're a visual statement. The digital cluster and infotainment system merge in a single sweeping unit that curves slightly toward the driver, creating a cockpit-like sensation. From a psychological standpoint, curved displays are perceived as more futuristic and immersive. They draw the user in and provide a sense of control, something drivers instinctively value. Unlike some rivals that still rely on bulky buttons or clunky interfaces, the Tucson's center stack is dominated by capacitive touch controls. This is a bold move. Hyundai understands that touch-sensitive surfaces are associated with advanced tech. While some traditionalists may prefer physical knobs, studies in user behavior show that people begin to associate flat surfaces with luxury the more they interact with them in smartphones and tablets. Hyundai is betting on that crossover, and it works beautifully here. The center console is raised and floats between the seats. Underneath, you'll find extra storage space. Clever packaging that adds utility without breaking the design language. This suspended architecture, borrowed from more premium segments, gives an open, airy vibe to the front cabin. In interior psychology, open space reduces anxiety. It promotes comfort. And that's exactly what the Tucson aims to achieve. Every surface you touch feels soft, solid, and intentional. Hyundai uses soft-touch materials across the dash, doors, and console, paired with real stitching and metallic accents. While it's not true aluminum or leather, the visual and tactile quality rivals far more expensive brands. The textures play a vital role. Research in sensory psychology proves that we associate smooth, matte finishes with refinement, while cheap plastics trigger a sense of cost-cutting. Hyundai's choice of materials enhances perceived quality the moment your fingers make contact. Ambient lighting subtly glows around the cabin, changing color based on drive mode or user setting. This isn't just a visual gimmick. Ambient lighting can reduce eye fatigue during night driving and boost mood during long journeys. Color psychology shows that soft blues promote calm, while warmer hues evoke comfort and confidence. Hyundai's system allows users to choose their preference, creating a more emotionally satisfying environment. Seat design has also received an upgrade. Slimmer front seats improve legroom for rear passengers, while new cushioning materials offer better support during long drives. The bolsters are firm enough to provide stability but soft enough to avoid fatigue. From a psychological standpoint, a comfortable seat affects more than posture, it affects perception. A comfortable cabin creates a sense of value, even when you aren't consciously thinking about it. Even small touches matter. The window switches are now mounted on a floating armrest, again mimicking luxury brands. Door handles feel solid, not hollow. The steering wheel is wrapped in a soft synthetic leather with a refined texture that resists shine and aging. All these details are engineered to trigger what psychologists call haptic satisfaction. The small but meaningful pleasures we feel when materials respond exactly how we expect them to. What also makes the Tucson stand out is its acoustic design. Sound dampening has been improved with better insulation in the doors, floor, and engine bay. When you close the door, it gives off a deep, solid thud, the kind associated with premium German brands. Studies show that sound plays a critical role in perceived quality. A quiet cabin reduces cognitive load and enhances the sense of safety. The Tucson delivers on both counts. Technology integration feels seamless. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard. The center screen is responsive, with an intuitive layout that reduces learning time. Hyundai also includes voice control that's surprisingly accurate, allowing drivers to change music, climate, or navigation without distraction. From a user behavior perspective, this supports a safer, more connected experience, something modern drivers expect without compromise. Another psychological win, the sense of personalization. Memory seats, ambient light themes, driver profiles, all give the feeling of being in control of your environment. This taps into the brain's desire for familiarity and routine, which increases emotional attachment to the vehicle. Perhaps what's most impressive is how Hyundai achieves all this without trying too hard. The interior isn't flashy, it doesn't scream luxury. Instead, it whispers it, with restraint, balance, and precision. And this restraint is exactly what gives it such a strong emotional impact. The 2026 Tucson's interior isn't trying to copy anyone. It's trying to elevate expectations for what a mainstream SUV can feel like. And it succeeds, not just because of what it includes, but because of what it leaves out. The noise, the clutter, the unnecessary, all gone. What remains is a space that feels intentionally designed for people who appreciate quality, comfort, and control. And that's the kind of experience that speaks directly to car lovers, the ones who notice the stitching, who appreciate the materials, and who understand that luxury isn't always about price. It's about how something makes you feel. Let's now move toward the cabin space, because comfort doesn't end at the dashboard. It continues in how you sit, move, and live inside the vehicle every day. True comfort in a vehicle isn't just about plush materials or digital screens. It's about how space is used, and how that space makes you feel. The 2026 Hyundai Tucson goes beyond the surface by rethinking how people interact with their environment inside the cabin. And that's where it sets itself apart in ways you might not expect. From the outside, the Tucson's dimensions look refined and balanced, but step inside and something changes. There's a sense of openness, a freedom to move, breathe, and relax. This is no accident. Hyundai engineers carefully adjusted the wheelbase, interior layout, and seating geometry to maximize usable space. That attention to layout taps directly into a powerful principle of spatial psychology. Perceived roominess matters just as much as actual dimensions. Let's start with rear legroom. At first glance, Tucson's exterior doesn't shout extra large, yet the interior tells a different story. By extending the wheelbase and flattening the floor, Hyundai creates more space for rear passengers than some mid-size SUVs in a larger category. There's no awkward tunnel running through the center, just a flat surface that allows the middle passenger to sit without compromise. The seats themselves recline slightly, offering a relaxed posture even on longer drives. This isn't just about comfort. Reclined seating opens the hip angle, reducing fatigue over time. According to research in ergonomic psychology, this body position helps minimize back pressure and increases circulation, factors that directly influence how refreshed a passenger feels after the ride. Headroom also impresses. Thanks to a smartly sculpted roofline and thin headliners, both front and rear passengers have ample vertical space. Tall adults won't feel boxed in. The panoramic sunroof option, which stretches nearly the full length of the roof, adds even more visual height. In interior design psychology, light and vertical space create a subconscious sense of relief and calm. You feel less enclosed and more in control of your environment. Cargo space is another key advantage. With the rear seats up, the Tucson already offers a generous cargo bay, large enough to accommodate suitcases, gear, or weekly grocery hauls. But fold the seats down, and the Tucson reveals its real strength. A flat load floor that's wide, deep, and easily accessible. The rear hatch opening is large and square, making it easier to fit bulky items without tilting or twisting. Hyundai also includes thoughtful utility features like hidden storage compartments beneath the cargo floor, hooks for shopping bags, and levers that quickly fold the second row from the rear. These small design decisions show a deep understanding of daily usability. According to behavioral studies, people form stronger attachments to products that make their lives easier in small, repeatable ways. Tucson achieves this through quiet efficiency. Even the door openings are optimized. The rear doors swing open at a wide angle, making it easier to load child seats or help elderly passengers in and out. This matters more than people think. Ease of entry and exit is often ranked as a top factor in long-term vehicle satisfaction, especially among family buyers. When a car feels effortless to live with, it leaves a lasting positive impression. Another subtle yet powerful element is visibility. The seating position in the Tucson is slightly elevated but not too high. It offers a commanding view of the road without making you feel disconnected from the vehicle. The A-pillars are thin and positioned to minimize blind spots. Large side mirrors further expand the field of view. According to cognitive load theory, better visibility reduces mental strain while driving. It keeps the mind calm and focused, especially during urban driving or highway merging. Storage around the cabin is generous and smartly placed. The center console has deep bins, slide-out trays, and a wireless charging pad that holds your phone securely in place. Door pockets are large enough for full-size bottles, and the glove compartment is wide and easy to access. This type of practical storage isn't glamorous, but it's essential. It aligns with the psychological principle of convenience. When everything has a place, the brain doesn't waste energy looking for it. Climate control also plays a role in how space feels. Hyundai offers dual-zone automatic climate control with rear air vents, ensuring passengers in the back are just as comfortable as those in the front. Balanced airflow contributes to what's known in psychology as environmental harmony. It's not just about temperature, it's about every part of the space working together to create a unified comfort experience. Cabin acoustics continue to impress here. The Tucson uses sound-deadening materials in all the right places, from the wheel arches to the floorboards. This results in a quieter ride, one where conversations feel easier and music sounds richer. According to sensory studies, acoustic comfort directly affects emotional well-being during travel. A quieter cabin translates to a more premium and peaceful ride, especially during long journeys. Lighting adds another layer of thoughtful space design. LED interior lights offer clear visibility at night without harshness. Footwell lighting, door handle illumination, and soft glow accents create a layered lighting experience that feels more like a lounge than a traditional SUV. Research shows that lighting design affects perception of depth and size. Brighter, well-placed light makes a cabin feel larger and more inviting. What makes all these elements work together is Hyundai's use of human-centered design. Instead of simply adding more features, the focus is on how each feature supports the person inside the car. Every inch of space is accounted for. Every control is where it should be. Every surface is crafted to support daily life, not distract from it. This is where the Tucson shines, not in dramatic gimmicks or oversized proportions, but in silent intelligence. Space that's not just measured in liters or inches, but in ease, comfort, and freedom of movement. And when that's done right, the result is a vehicle that feels like it was designed for you, not for the showroom. The 2026 Tucson doesn't try to be the biggest SUV on the road, but it might just be the smartest when it comes to how it uses space and how it makes that space feel. Premium isn't always about what you see. Sometimes it's about what you feel when you drive, the confidence you get from technology working quietly in the background, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing your vehicle is looking out for you. This is where the 2026 Hyundai Tucson completes its transformation, from a practical SUV to a surprisingly refined everyday companion. Driving the Tucson reveals a different kind of premium. The ride quality is balanced, smooth, and controlled. Hyundai's engineers retuned the suspension for better comfort without sacrificing road feedback. Small bumps are absorbed with ease. Large ones are handled without drama. The result is a cabin that stays calm, even on rougher roads. From a psychological standpoint, a smoother ride reduces driver fatigue and increases mental alertness. Less noise and fewer vibrations allow the brain to stay focused and relaxed. The steering is light but accurate. For city driving, this makes maneuvering easy. In tighter spaces, it takes less effort to park or make sharp turns. But on highways, it firms up enough to give you confidence. Hyundai uses electric power steering tuned for everyday usability, a choice rooted in behavior science. Most drivers prefer predictability over aggression. When a car responds consistently to input, it builds trust. And trust leads to comfort, especially on long drives. Powertrains are refined and efficient. The standard engine is a 2.5-liter four-cylinder paired with an 8-speed automatic transmission. For those who prioritize fuel savings, Hyundai offers hybrid and plug-in hybrid options. These variants use a 1.6-liter turbocharged engine mated to an electric motor, giving brisk acceleration and impressive mileage. The transitions between gas and electric are nearly seamless. You barely feel the shift. From a user experience perspective, smooth transitions enhance perceived quality and technological confidence. But performance isn't just about speed, it's about control. Tucson's H-Track all-wheel drive system is available across trims. It actively monitors road conditions and redistributes power between the front and rear wheels as needed. This isn't just helpful in rain or snow, it also improves traction during cornering or on uneven surfaces. The system adapts in real time, without needing driver intervention. Psychologically, this type of automation reduces cognitive load, making drivers feel more secure without thinking about it. Driving modes further tailor the experience. Choose between normal, sport, smart, and eco depending on your mood or environment. Each mode adjusts throttle response, steering weight, and shift timing. These small changes have a big impact. Customization taps into a driver's need for control and individuality. It turns the Tucson into more than just transportation. It becomes an extension of the driver's personality. Technology integration is where the Tucson starts to feel like it's punching above its class. The infotainment system is clean, modern, and intuitive. There's no lag when swiping through menus. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come wireless, keeping the dashboard cable-free. The layout is simple, with customizable widgets for navigation, media, and climate. Voice commands are surprisingly accurate, responding naturally without needing robotic phrasing. This type of frictionless interaction supports what designers call cognitive flow, a state where tools work so intuitively, you barely notice them. Digital upgrades continue with over-the-air updates. Just like your smartphone, Tucson can receive software improvements without visiting a dealership. This means bug fixes, new features, and better performance over time, something traditionally limited to luxury vehicles. Consumers value longevity and adaptability. Knowing your car improves while you own it creates a sense of lasting value. One of the most underrated features in the Tucson is sound quality. With the available premium Bose audio system, every drive becomes an immersive experience. Speakers are carefully positioned to balance sound throughout the cabin. Deep bass, clear highs, and rich mids create a theater-like experience on wheels. Research shows that music enhances mood and reduces stress while driving. When the audio system is tuned right, it becomes part of the comfort equation, not just entertainment. But it's safety where the Tucson makes one of its biggest statements. Hyundai's SmartSense suite includes an extensive list of driver assistance features, many of which are standard, not optional. Forward collision avoidance assist watches the road ahead and can automatically brake to avoid a crash. Lane keeping assist gently nudges the wheel if you drift. Blind spot collision warning lights up when another vehicle is hiding out of sight. And Smart Cruise Control uses radar to maintain distance from the car in front, even in stop-and-go traffic. What makes these systems effective is their subtlety. They don't overreact or disrupt the drive. Instead, they operate quietly, supporting you without demanding constant attention. In safety psychology, this is called passive assistance. It allows drivers to stay in control while still feeling supported. You're not being overridden, you're being enhanced. Additional touches like a surround view monitor, rear cross-traffic alert, and safe exit warning further elevate the safety experience. Whether you're parking in tight spots, backing out of a driveway, or opening the door on a busy street, the Tucson acts like an extra set of eyes. This reinforces what human factors research shows. Drivers feel more relaxed when they perceive the car as a partner, not just a machine. Even the digital key feature plays into psychological comfort. With Hyundai's Digital Key 2.0, you can use your smartphone to unlock, start, and even share access to your car remotely. It's secure, customizable, and eliminates the need for a physical key. This kind of tech creates emotional convenience, a term used to describe how advanced features reduce small daily frictions that impact satisfaction. What ties everything together is balance. The Tucson doesn't overpromise. It doesn't try to be something it's not. Instead, it delivers premium in the areas that matter most. Ride comfort, smart technology, and a strong layer of safety, all without overwhelming the driver or the budget. It's a vehicle engineered not for flash, but for feeling. The feeling of ease when everything works. The feeling of trust when systems have your back. And the feeling of pride when people step inside and ask, wait, this is a Hyundai? That's the power of getting the fundamentals right. And that's what makes the 2000 and 2006 Hyundai Tucson a quietly impressive SUV. Built for people who care more about how a vehicle lives with them every day, not just how it looks on paper.